So I think we're a little different in that regard. And look, being private, y'all know that being public is all the time that you have to spend with compliance stuff and SEC and all of that kind of thing and investor relations. It's just, and the press, what are you going to do for earnings next quarter? Those kinds of things make it difficult to really run a business for the long term. And we don't have to do that. We can think in terms of the long term. But we owe it to our shareholders, just like public companies owe it to their shareholders, to earn a great return. Make no mistake about it. We're very clear on that. But we can think about the long term. And so I think I'm blessed to work for this company. And I've been blessed to be mentored by Bob Bell, who, in my opinion, is one of the great, statewide businessmen in Florida. Yes, sir.
With the consolidation of retailing, the challenges of the web, and future department stores, which have been a challenge for many, many years. And as we look at an example down the road of the wonderful diversification Chico's is going to perform, one of the great retailers in America, what would the thoughts be long range about diversifying the capital out of department stores that are really being challenged into another day we might have faster growth, faster return on capital?
Well, we believe our department store business is viable. We believe that it's, look, it's different than a lot of them in that we're in a smaller footprint. We have a very, specialized offering and trying to make it more so. But we're not growing that business as quickly as we once did. In fact, we haven't opened many new stores in that business at all over the last several years. We've been pouring our money into the outlet, and we've been pouring our money into e-commerce. And our e-commerce business is very viable because a lot of, more than half of our customers are don't live in Florida. So, California, Texas, Arizona, New York, those are our customers come from. So that's a very big business. But we have ideas about other things, other formats. But, the key from my point of view is that we really need to stick with what we know and what we're good at. Look, starting a new business is costly, it's expensive, Usually you have to invest in the infrastructure and the team and all of that, and to build it up to the size that will cover all those costs is going to take you, 3, 5, 7 years. So you got to really believe in it, and you've got to be very focused on execution. So if we do, it'll be a business that's consistent with our current competencies. Yes, ma'am.
What's your approach to social media? What position are you taking?
The question is, what's our position with regard to social media and what are we doing? We certainly are out there in terms of Facebook and Twitter and those kinds of things. We have people who manage those sites and respond to our customers. I think that we've taken a cautious approach to it. A lot of the retailers, big companies who've gotten into it in a fairly significant way and realized that it's brand enhancement at best. It's not, you're not going to make a lot of money from social media, but it's kind of one of those things that you kind of have to do. So we're trying to approach it with a degree of caution, trying to be in the space, but not go crazy about doing some of the things with our Facebook page and so on, or our Twitter kind of posts that others have done that's costly. So I guess the bottom line is we're very cautious about social media. It's brand building at best.
There's a lot of talk of, you mentioned Amazon, a lot of talk about leveling the playing field for the retailers like you guys versus the online retail marketplace where they're going to require them to collect a tax. Do you see that actually happening, and do you have an opinion on it?
The walls are crumbling on that one. Matt and I have had a running argument about it, you know, I believe we've always had to collect sales tax on our sales to our customers here in this community because we have a presence here. And I think it's patently unfair that retailers that sell to Florida-based customers who don't have a presence here don't have to collect it. It's just not fair. And so, you know, there have been certain things that have started to erode away the basis for that. One of them certainly is that Amazon's moving to Florida. Big deal. So when Amazon comes to Florida, we have to start collecting sales tax from all their customers in Florida who purchase on their website. It's significant. I think they finally recognized, Amazon finally recognized that Florida was too important to them to avoid with a bricks and mortar presence, and that was the difference maker there. There's also a recent Supreme Court ruling that kind of paves the way for broader collection of sales tax. What some of the states were doing was they took the position that if you were an online retailer and you had a business relationship with a marketing company or someone else that was domiciled in their state, that was good enough. So if there was an internet marketing company in Florida and Macy's, or that's a bad example, a Wisconsin-based retailer that didn't have any stores in Florida was using that marketing company, Florida could have taken the position that by virtue of doing business with a Florida affiliate, that you have to start collecting sales tax. Well, many states, Florida didn't take that position, many states have, and Overstock.com and others were fighting that off, eBay, I think, and saying that that's not a legal way to approach this issue. But the Supreme Court decided they weren't going to hear that lawsuit. So it's essentially it paves the way for states to take that kind of approach. So ultimately it's going to happen. Ultimately it's going to happen, and unfortunately, our competitors had a 6.5% price advantage over us for a long time. And it's, as you say, fixing to kind of go out over time. Yes, sir.
I guess you probably viewed the delay of the Obamacare implementation as a blessing, but what are you guys doing to prepare for that?
The question is, what are we doing to prepare for Obamacare, and did we view the delay as a blessing? I have mixed feelings about the whole thing. Look, I think it's a terrible concept and a terrible idea and that's personal, it's not the company position. I think it's a terrible idea for our country. But, the turmoil that's caused for our customers is profound. A lot of our customers are seniors who spend a lot of time watching TV, reading the paper, and who are up to speed on this issue. And I think they're rightfully spooked about what the implications of this law are going to be on their health care going forward. And so it's had a chilling impact, in my opinion, on their consumer confidence and their outlook towards the future. And that to me is discouraging. From our business perspective, and we've looked at this, Steve's firm has, I think, helped us look at this, but we believe that our plan complies with all the rules. We believe that our plan is not one that's going to be canceled. We believe that we're in good shape to kind of move through this without it costing us significantly more money. We've kind of carefully managed our health care over the years to make our employees, help our employees understand that, look, there's not much the company can do to impact health care costs. Health care costs are what they are. We want to help you through insurance programs to pay for your health care problems, but we don't control it. There's nothing that as a company we can do that can stop health care costs from going like that. Very little we can do about what insurance companies want to charge. So we've always presented to our employees for the last 15 years is this is a shared responsibility. We'll help, but it's your responsibility too. So I think with that kind of point of view and that concept, and the fact that we believe our plan is going to be sustainable, we don't think it's going to have that big an impact on our business.